This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Are you ready to kickstart your career and unleash your creativity? Skillshare's got you covered. You may already know there are amazing classes in photography, film, video editing, and illustration, but did you know they also offer hundreds of career-focused classes? Now's the perfect time to reinvent yourself and achieve your goals. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes from industry experts in design, business, technology, and more. Whether you want to improve your professional skills or pursue a creative passion, Skillshare has something for you. I've taken and enjoyed lots of their creative classes, but this time around I wanted to hone some of my cooking skills, so I took this class on knife skills and safety and really enjoyed it. Join today and become one of the many learners from around the world who have transformed their careers and hobbies with Skillshare. Plus, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can see for yourself what it can help you achieve and broaden your creativity. Hello! It's been a really long time since I've posted to this channel and I'm feeling really awkward, more than usual, but I'm excited to be back. I feel like I've posted so many explanation videos over the past, well, not the past few months, but over the past few years after being gone for a while and then coming back and talking about why I was gone and blah, blah, blah. And I don't really want this to be that because I want to just be back and I want to, kind of start fresh on this channel and in my life, and I'm feeling a lot better, and I feel like that's all that you need to know. I guess I should say Hashimoto's, mold toxicity, and Lyme disease really had me down in the dumps for a while. Thankfully, I'm working closely with my doctor, and over the past month to 2 months have really felt like I've turned a corner for real, knock on wood, and feel like I'm finally starting to feel like myself again, which is something that I haven't felt in years, honestly. So I want to say that I'm back, and I wanted to share a little bit of my day with you and talk about what I plan to share on this channel going forward. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have some notes on my computer. I don't know if you can see, but one of the reasons that I feel like it took me so long to come back, even though I was feeling better, was this idea of just trying to find my voice again online after being sick for so long. I'm sure a lot of you who have dealt with chronic illness will understand what I mean by this, but I feel like I'm really a completely different person from who I was pre-2020, as so many of us are, and my routine and my sort of idea of what sustainability means to me has changed drastically, because when I was really sick, I couldn't do a lot of the things that made me feel like I was a sustainable, responsible person, and that's okay. I also really want to focus on living in the now. In one of my past Q&A videos, I mentioned that we might be moving and that it was going to be like a small space, whatever. I'm not going to fully go into what that was going to be right now because who knows, maybe it'll happen in the future still. But right now, it's not happening. We're very much staying in this rental that we've been in for 2 or 3 years and love. I love this house so much. It definitely has its imperfections, but don't we all? And I really want to focus on living in the now and making this rental our home. I also want to continue furnishing this home with secondhand vintage goods. I found a couch that I really want to get on OfferUp, but it's in Upland, which is kind of far from here. So trying to figure out if we can swing that. In terms of continuing to make this house a home, I also want to recommit myself to mindfulness and minimalism, which is something that I haven't abandoned by any means, but it's something that I, like I said, can recommit to and share that here with you because I've accumulated more than I need and I just don't feel great when that happens, especially because we live in such a small space. Everything needs to earn its keep, so I'll go through all my junk with you. I also love organizing. I don't know if I've really shared that very much on this channel, but organization is less of an issue when you have less stuff, but it's still something that I love and plan to share. I don't have a garden right now. Well, I have some incredible nasturtiums that are blooming out here that I'll show you. And I have some potted plants and a lot of succulents that are great that I've propagated from, you know, different family members' house, from finding little pieces on walks in the neighborhood and populating them. But I definitely want to grow a garden this year. A couple years ago, I don't know, I had a hydroponic garden tower that I loved. But when I got really sick, it just sounds so crazy, I couldn't even like stay on top of handling that. And so I sold it because it was really expensive and I loved it. And unfortunately, I just like didn't have the foresight to even think that I would be able to do that again, which is so sad because now I'm feeling so much better and I definitely could do it again, but it's gone. So I want to figure out another garden situation because we do have little animals that live around here, squirrels, and then I did actually see a rat, which is a whole other thing I need to deal with, but I like the idea of a tower because we do have issues with squirrels particularly, and I don't, want to put all this work into a garden and then have it ruined. That was something that I really loved about the garden tower is I didn't have any issues with pests at all because it was all contained in a little tower. So I want to figure something out again and share gardening content with you because that's so life-giving to me. My wardrobe is a whole nother disaster that I plan to share on this channel. I just feel like when I had a capsule wardrobe, everything was great. And then I stopped the capsule wardrobe and everything was great. And then, 2020 happened and I didn't get dressed for 3 years. And now none of my clothes fit me anymore, really. So I am giving myself grace in that regard. Obviously, like what else could I do? I have so much stuff to sell online, either Poshmark or I need to figure out if that's where I'm gonna sell stuff. That's where I normally sell stuff. The hardest thing for me when selling things online is the prep because I go really hard with like getting good photos and measuring everything because that's so annoying to me when I'm buying things secondhand online is when there's like no measurements or the photos are bad. So it takes a lot out of me to do all of that prep work, but it's something that needs to be done. So I mean, you guys have seen my closet. It's very small, and right now most of it is taken up with clothing that doesn't fit me. And that's like rule number one in minimalism, mindfulness, this life that I usually lead is like, don't keep stuff around that isn't serving you. It's not good for you mentally. It's not good for your space. So anyway, I need to sell that stuff and basically start fresh with my wardrobe, honestly, which is kind of crazy. And I'll take you along with me on that whole process. It's obviously not going to be an overnight situation. I already have like 3 videos scripted out of like the process so that if you're in a similar situation, hopefully I can help you too. But that'll be a slow process that I'll be able to document for the channel also. Something that's really held me back, I think, is just this feeling of like, why am I doing all of this? Like, does what I do online even really matter? And I've come to the realization that it doesn't matter if it matters. Like, I'm really happy with what I do online, and I need to remind myself that my little silly videos about sustainable fashion and thrifting and stuff don't need to solve all the world's scary big problems. I can just do what I do in my little space online and hopefully make someone happy out there or encourage someone to be a little bit more mindful in their daily life. And that's cool. Like, I can just do that and I don't have to put all this pressure on myself to like be some big crazy internet person. I can be a little crazy internet person and that's fine. So that's what I plan to do and I hope you'll follow along. Those won't be the only things I share online, but those are the things that I'm going to start with because those are the things that I've been working through and dealing with in my everyday life, and that's what I share. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a really beautiful start to spring. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.